Honey, I'm really worried about our retirement funds.
Oh, me too. We lost so much value in the recession in the stock market. I'm worried we won't have enough to retire.
Jim next door told me that he had set up a new kind of IRA with a gold-silver group. He said how simple and safe it was. It's a private storage IRA, and we could have real gold and silver in our hands.
Really? You mean we can actually see it and touch it?
Absolutely. Jim said we could have all the benefits of an IRA to help build our retirement income. Bottom line, we would own a real tangible asset, and we would have the security of knowing we're protected no matter what the economy does. What do you think?
I think we need to find out how to get our own private storage IRA. We need to call the Gold Silver Group right now.
Are you ready to protect your future? Call 800-296-7032 now to find out how easy and safe it is to set up a private storage IRA with Gold Silver Group and find out how you can qualify for up to $700 in free silver. All transactions are privately delivered and fully insured. Please call us now. 800-296-7032. 800-296-7032.
They're making...
I'm Karen Curtis with the News Talk 850 WFTL News Break. The battle for the Senate, Marco Rubio and Patrick Murphy taking shots at each other's political record in the debate last night. Polls showed their race is very close. A Broward County judge is holding a hearing today on why a medical marijuana proposal is missing from some ballots in that county. Broward County Elections Office says 2 of the 4 ballots were mistakenly sent and were later replaced. There could be some progress in the fight against Zika. Researchers are trying to infect mosquitoes in Brazil and Colombia with a type of bacteria that could prevent them from spreading the virus. Details surrounding the tragic death of Miami Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez and his 2 friends are coming to light. Those at the crash scene report a strong smell of alcohol, and all 3 died with water in their lungs. Change is the word for the Miami Heat team looking ahead from a victorious season opener. The Heat dominated the Orlando Magic last night in a 108-96 victory at Orlando's Amway Center. Right now, mostly cloudy, very windy, 79 degrees in Riviera Beach, cloudy, windy, 80 in Fort Lauderdale. I'm Karen Curtis, News Talk 850 WFTL.
Listen, if you're over 40, you probably know the benefits of nitric oxide by now. There's a reason everyone's talking about it, because it's a miracle molecule. It does wonders for healthy blood pressure levels. It boosts your energy. And last but not least, if you're a guy, it will help you in the bedroom. Got what I'm saying here? There's a lot of nitric oxide supplements on the market, but there's only one Heart Factors, and it's the original breakthrough from Chamonix with years of proven results. Kathleen in Boynton Beach says, my husband is a 61-year-old letter carrier, walks 9.5 miles every day on his route. He feels more energy overall and just feels better. He's on his 2nd order, feels fantastic. Thank you, Rich Stevens, for telling us about Heart Factors. This is why I love telling you about Heart Factors, because it works for both men and women. The benefits are just incredibly amazing. Listen, here's the best part. If it doesn't work for you, you send it back. No questions asked. You get your money back. Call 800-621-1393. 800-621-1393. If you order today, you get a free bottle of Heart Factors. Please take advantage of this offer today. All you have to do is call 800-621-1393. 800-621-1393. Just say, Rich Stevens told me to call. You get that free bottle and upgrade to priority shipping, all free. Hello? 800-621-1393. That's 800-621-1393.
Hiring people is probably the worst part of my job. It's such a hassle, the searching, the sorting through resumes. Most people don't have the right experience.
We started using ZipRecruiter about 3 months ago. Right from the start, you could tell it was going to make hiring a lot easier. One click and my job was posted to 100+ job boards, all the top sites.
All of the candidates came to my dashboard, and it's easy to compare them. Thumbs up if I liked them, thumbs down if I didn't. No emails and attachments, printing up docs, phone calls, none of that.
And I couldn't believe the number of great applicants we got. I had the person we needed within 1 week. I don't know how we hired before ZipRecruiter.
Whether you're looking to fill one position or 20, find the best candidates with ZipRecruiter, where your job is just 1 click away from 100+ job sites. ZipRecruiter, the fastest way to hire. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/ABC Radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ABC Radio. ZipRecruiter.com/ABC Radio.
Hi, this is Joyce Kaufman. Do you have a family member addicted to painkillers or alcohol or other drugs? Join me Saturday mornings at 8 for Get Better with the Florida House Experience. For immediate help, call the Florida House Experience at 855-SOBER-16.
Hi, it's Jennifer and Bill. Our show's all about your opinion, your phone calls in from you, right?
Yeah. Just kidding. It's all about what we think. So join us, 11 a.m. right here. News Talk 850 WFTL.
Still seeing minor slowdowns in Palm Beach County. Got an earlier crash on Lake Worth Road at Lake Osborne Drive, clearing out of the way. Also slowdowns on 441 South between Forest Hill and Lake Worth Road. Broward County still has heavy delays. However, they are struggling to clear. A crash off to the right shoulder, 95 North at Griffin. Stop and go from Hollywood. Good news is the express lanes reopened in the northbound direction at Griffin Road. Still going to see heavy delays till everybody catches back up to speed. And traffic at a crawl, Sawgrass northbound between the Turnpike and Powerline. We also have an earlier accident still lingering on the Turnpike North at Sunrise. Stop and go from Griffin. This traffic report brought to you by Compassion International. And never thought of yourself as a hero? Well, that's what you'll be for a child in poverty when you become a sponsor with Compassion International. To find out how you can release a child from poverty right now, go to compassion.com/radio. That's your 850 WFTL traffic. I'm Pam Warner.
I'm meteorologist Chris Farrell for CBS 12 News. The strong gusty wind continues on this Thursday. We've had a peak gust of 33 miles an hour. All right, cloudy skies for us on this Thursday with the gusty winds 25 to 30 miles an hour. The high 83, a 20% chance of a shower. For Friday, once again, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Still quite windy on Friday with a high of 83.
Live from the Crash Proof Retirement Show studios, Phil Cannella and Joanne Small have your market crash prevention plan. Saturdays at 10 a.m. on News Talk 850 WFTL.
Ladies and gentlemen, you ready for the big show?
Ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Ready. You're ready for partner? Go!
Opinionated, informed, and unafraid. This is The Rich Stevens Show. Radio that moves at the speed of thought. Now, once again, here's Rich Stevens.
New York attitude, Florida charm. Talk so hot, it's a 4-alarm. Right, smart, unafraid. A double shot of truth on your radio waves. Hey, hey, oh, whoa. Time to crank up your radio. Hey, hey, whoa, whoa. Time for the Rich Stevens Radio Show. Rich Stevens. Sounds so nice, you're gonna say it twice. Rich Stevens Show. Coming to you strong on your radio.
What's going on? How are you? Welcome to the broadcast. I'm not sure, but the weather looks like, and if you're watching Rich Stevens TV, you can see it's dramatically changing. Like a couple of minutes ago, it was sunny, then it's cloudy. It looks like it's going to rain, and it's still very windy. I don't know what's up with the winds, but the last couple of days, it's almost like it's the winds before the storm when we get a hurricane coming through. There's no hurricanes, but I'm just saying it seems like those kind of winds are happening. Before the break, last hour, we were talking about, can you date somebody that has, or be in a relationship with somebody that has different political views than you? I mean, if you're dating someone with different political views, this has probably been a pretty challenging year, if not at least a couple months or something. But it seems that for most part, people tend to date those who think the way they do politically. Now, this doesn't only go with relationships, it goes with friendships too. And I've noticed, especially over the past month or so, people who I've been friends with on Facebook for years, I'll go to send them a message and realize we're not friends anymore, which means they dropped off the my Facebook because I'm supporting Donald Trump and have been since before he even announced his candidacy, you may recall. But how about you? Are political differences a deal breaker, or can you be in a relationship with someone that you disagree with? 877-850-8585. 877-850-8585. Gail in Jupiter, thanks for waiting.
No problem. I'm confused. I have friends, of course, that you say I can't even believe how far left they are. My friends of Jewish faith, I'm very surprised that they all are Hillary supporters. Don't they understand that she is going to allow refugees in mostly that are Muslim, and they don't particularly care for the Jews?
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. First of all, Gail, I'm Jewish, and I don't think like that.
I have a lot of friends who, and we're having. I said,
but you just made a general statement that said the Jews. It's not the Jews. There may be some Jewish people, just like there may be some Catholic people, and there may be some Protestant people, and there might be some whatever it is that think that way too. But don't take all Jews and put them in that basket, because that's not fair. That's not right.
No. I'm not saying. I'm just saying my Jewish friends. I should say most of my Jewish friends. I have two that are very strong Trump supporters, but I would say 90% of my other Jewish friends, I can't talk to them, and our relationship will be severed if I bring anything up. So I don't want to lose my friendships. But
well, let me pose it to you this way: is it worth it to even get in these conversations with people? Because here's the deal. Look, we're 12 days away from Election Day. Everybody, I would imagine, if you're dumb enough to have not made your decision by now, you should probably check out or check in somewhere. But, there's people that, I was at the hospital yesterday with my mom, and Donald Trump was talking on TV in the, they have a common room. And there was a woman that was literally yelling at the TV. And at one point, my mother and I were both laughing because the woman thought that Donald Trump was in the room. And she didn't literally think that. She knew the guy was on TV. The woman was okay mentally. But at one point, I finally had to say, ma'am, you do realize that he's not here and he's on TV and he can't hear you. And the woman looked at me with this look of disgust and asked a nurse to please change the channel. And I said, but there's others. There were 6 other people in this area watching and wanted to hear what Donald Trump had to say. This is how nasty. And this is just, listen, in the next few days, the commercials for both parties, excuse me, and I don't care who you're supporting. I do care, but it doesn't matter when it comes to this. They're going to get even nastier, Gail. And this is destroying relationships.
Exactly. And I don't want to lose my relationships. And no, I don't push it, and I'm careful, and I own a business. I have to be careful what I say to my patients. But there's a lot at stake for every denomination, for every faith, for every group of people. There's a lot at stake. My Obamacare has gone up 5 times of what it was. I'm a practitioner, so I'm a PA. So I can't even get good health care, and I take care of patients. So I'm really, I don't believe Trump is the most eloquent speaker, and he's done some things in the past, and he's not a politician, but we have a lot at stake, and I hope everybody looks at that.
But what I can tell you is, as a former New Yorker myself, I can tell you that Donald Trump is a New Yorker. New Yorkers know that Donald Trump has done tremendous things for the city and the state of New York. And we know, look, I don't talk any different than Donald Trump, do I? It's a New York thing. It's a sarcastic, I think we were just born with this in New York. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. That's the way I've always attributed it. Now, I've lived all over the country. I know that there's certain parts of the country where I've lived, and I didn't get along with people. Not purposely. It's because people don't understand the New York mentality, and I'm not a mean person. I don't try to be mean, but I'll give you an example. When I first moved to St. Louis, Missouri, or Little Rock. Oh, that's a better one. Little Rock. Oh, my God. I was making enemies left and right. And then I sat down with somebody and I said, what's the deal? And they said, well, people are not used to the New York mentality. That's what it was all about. All right, 877-850-8585, 877-850-8585. Quick timeout. If you want to grab a line, do it right now. This is The Rich Stevens Show.
Listen for complete election night coverage from the Crash Proof Retirement Show studio. The Crash Proof Retirement Show heard every Saturday at 10 a.m.
I want to talk about The Joint, because I know that sounds a little funny to you, right? You're wondering if I'm talking about marijuana. No, I'm talking about chiropractic care, because regular chiropractic care is a way for you to manage joint pain, back pain, neck pain, which makes up a large proportion of healthcare expenses and have increased substantially over the years. Now, a chiropractor is usually not available to you without an appointment, and then you have to worry about costs. Well, that's where The Joint comes in. They have created a scenario where you can walk in without an appointment to any one of their locations, and you will get to see a chiropractor, and your first visit for $29. That's the initial visit price. The Joint Chiropractic, with offices in Wellington, in Boynton Beach, in Palm Beach Garden. They use the activator and the drop table. They are incredible. And I'm going to be doing a special event there a week from Friday at The Joint. Visit them on the web at thejoint.com.
All right, listen, whatever aging gracefully may mean to you, I want you to hear what Darlene from West Palm has said. She says, I heard about it on the Rich Stevens Show. The results of my fine lines and even deep forehead wrinkles were dramatic. I get compliments all the time. It's like I never aged. See, that's the cutting edge anti-wrinkle science that I'm always telling you about. It's because of the plant stem cell formula that combats chronological aging, wrinkles, fine lines, and UV damage that could cause that skin redness. And this works for both men and women. Of course, I'm talking about Esotique XV. I got to tell you, it's brand new from Chamonix. I started using it about 10 days ago. And you can see, if you're watching Rich Stevens TV right now, you can see the lines that were under my eyes because I haven't gotten much sleep going to see my mom in the hospital, till late at night. It really makes a tremendous difference, and quickly, too. You can try Esotique XV absolutely free for a full 30 days. All you have to do is call and say, Rich Stevens told me to call. You just pay a small shipping fee. If you don't see the results, you don't pay. So get that trial. Call 800-443-5109. 800-443-5109. If you call today, they'll also give you the deep firming vitamin C serum as a free gift just for trying Esotique XV today. Just say Rich Stevens told me to call, but you got to hurry. It's not going to be around for much longer. 800-443-5109. That's 800-443-5109.
Keep your lawn looking great from football season all the way to spring training with Bayer Advanced 3-in-1 Weed and Feed for southern lawns. Just one application in fall feeds your lawn, kills weeds like dollarweed and dandelion, and then prevents weeds like poa anna and chickweed for up to 6 months. So next spring you'll have fewer lawn weeds and more time to play ball. Bayer Advanced 3-in-1 Weed and Feed for southern lawns. Get more from the blue bag. Always read and follow label directions.
Early voting for the general election runs now through November 6th. Be the voice that needs to be heard, because your voice and your vote matters. This message is brought to you by Cersei Denny at CerseiLaw.com.
We elect a new president on Tuesday, November 8th. I'm Gerard Campbell. For the latest on the race for the White House, join us at News Talk 850 WFTL.
Listen, so you own a home and you're thinking about selling. I have a better idea for you. Do not sell it. Rent it out instead with the guys over at InvestPro Properties. You see, here's the deal. Home ownership, it's at its lowest level in 51 years, and that has created an unbelievable demand for rentals right here in our area. In fact, the rental market's so hot, InvestPro Properties, they can't get enough property. So here's the deal. They will go out. They will find you a great tenant, usually just a couple weeks on average, and then they will manage everything for you. And I'm talking about the rent collections, those inspections, those dreaded middle-of-the-night phone calls. You don't want to deal with that, and a lot more. And the best part is you pay nothing up front. There's no binding contracts. Yes, you can cancel anytime. Listen, they're even going to guarantee that the tenant will perform for you. And while this is going on, of course, you're just sitting at home and cashing the checks every month. So that's why I want you to call InvestPro Properties today. Get all the details. 561-203-7022. 561-203-7022. Listen, if you're planning a move for whatever reason, whatever you do, do not sell your home. Rent it out instead with InvestPro Properties. You don't want to be leaving thousands of dollars on the table, and that could be what's happening. So put the cash in your pocket right away instead by renting it with InvestPro Properties. 561-203-7022. That's 561-203-7022 for InvestPro Properties.
This is Lawrence Levy from Levy & Associates, Florida's leading tax resolution firm. If you owe the IRS, if you haven't filed in several years, if you're being audited, you give us a call at 888-411-5389. Check out our radio show. It's got a huge following these days. Our phone number is 888-411-5389. That's 888-411-LEVY.
Listen for the Levy Tax Help Show, Saturday mornings at 8:30, Sunday mornings at 7:30 on 850 WFTL.
Phil Cannella and Joanne Small, they're hosts of the Crash Proof Retirement Show. It's every Saturday right here at 10 a.m. on 850, and they've been working extremely hard to uncover wrongdoing in the South Florida area, and it's been an incredible news source for listeners interested in politics and economics and finance. And like many other experts, Phil Cannella and Joanne Small believe that the results of next month's presidential election, along with an interest rate increase, is going to be what sends the stock market into a panic. Now, that doesn't mean you have to panic. Phil Cannella and Joanne Small, they have a market crash prevention plan that guarantees principal protection, guarantees growth no matter what the stock market does. You can learn more at their next Crash Proof Retirement Educational event. As a matter of fact, it's happening tonight at the Monarch Country Club in Palm City. Now, this event starts at 5 o'clock today. It's followed by a complimentary dinner. Do not be fooled by imitators. The exclusive and proprietary Crash Proof Retirement System is not available anywhere else in the country. It was developed by Phil Cannella for times just like what we're going through right now. You can register right now, 800-722-9728. I've been to these seminars, and I got to tell you, I learned a lot, and you're going to learn a lot too. It's absolutely free, 800-722-9728, or you can visit crashproofretirement.com. The Crash Proof Retirement Show with Phil Cannella and Joe and Smalls heard live right here on 850 every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Still seeing minor slowdowns in Palm Beach County. Got an earlier crash on Lake Worth Road at Lake Osborne Drive, clearing out of the way. Also slowdowns on 441 South between Forest Hill and Lake Worth Road. Broward County still has heavy delays. However, they are struggling to clear a crash off to the right shoulder, 95 North at Griffin. Stop and go from Hollywood. Good news is the express lanes reopened in the northbound direction at Griffin Road. Still going to see heavy delays till everybody catches back up to speed, and traffic at a crawl Sawgrass northbound between the Turnpike and Power Line. We also have an earlier accident still lingering on the Turnpike North at Sunrise. Stop and go from Griffin. This traffic report brought to you by Compassion International. And never thought of yourself as a hero? Well, that's what you'll be for a child in poverty when you become a sponsor with Compassion International. To find out how you can release a child from poverty right now, go to compassion.com/radio. And that's your 850 WFTL traffic. I'm Pam Warner.
I'm no right-winger. I'm just plain right. This is Joyce Kaufman. Listen to my show every weekday at noon on News Talk 850 WFTL.
When you tell the truth, you don't have to remember what you said. This is The Rich Stevens Show on News Talk 850 WFTL.
Looks like this is a very interesting topic that we came upon, and the question is, can you be in a relationship with someone that you disagree with? Because everybody's disagreeing with this political landscape that we're in now. 877-850-8585. 877-850-8585. Let's go to Bill in Fort Lauderdale. How are you today? I'm hoping what I'm reading on my screen is not true.
Wow. Okay. Well, Rich, I suppose I should preface what I'm about to say with the words, with all due respect. But...
So does that mean it's true? My screen is telling me that you have not made a choice yet in this election.
Yeah, I was going to say, how dare you start a sentence with the words, if you're dumb enough to have not made your decision yet. You know, there are some of us that actually think things through and don't live within the bounds of the party lines, and I don't listen to your show all morning. I flip around. I don't watch Fox News all day. I watch both sides. I'm taking everything in. And I don't know how you think the polls can fluctuate like they are unless people are actually changing their minds. Some of us are thinking this all the way through, and I think I'm going to remain undecided until I actually step into the booth.
Okay, well then you're definitely different than everybody else, and I have a hard time believing.
But I'm not dumb, sir.
But listen, Bill. With all due respect, I got to say that with everything that we've learned in the last year alone, or forget that, let me change that. Everything we've learned in the last couple months alone, how could you still not have your mind made up? I don't understand. And I'm the same way as you. I'd love to get everything from every side. I'm right up the middle. I just happen to know who the right choice is in this particular election, and if you don't see that, then I've got to tell you, what happened?
DONALD-TRUMP Donald Trump Club, Donald Trump Club, Donald Trump Club, Donald Trump Club, Donald.
Listen, I can't be any more obvious, but seriously, if you're legit and you sound like you're legit, that you haven't made up your mind yet, then that scares me. It really, truly scares me. 877-850-8585. Steve in Tamarack, how are you today?
I'm doing fine, Rich. How are you?
Good. So what do you think? Do you think that people that actually, there are really people that don't have their mind made up?
Well, I already voted. I voted on the first day. My wife's a Democrat. She's voting for the other guy, and I voted for Trump. I told my wife to avoid long lines. Republicans vote on November 8th. The Democrats can vote on November 9th.
Maybe the guy that just called, he'll vote on November 9th, too. So that's not what you called about. You called about the relationships. Can you be in a relationship where somebody disagrees with you, that has different beliefs?
Yeah, I'm a Republican. My wife's a Democrat.
And how's it going in the house?
It's fine. I have a big giant Trump sign, and she doesn't like it. That's the way we're going to live.
So if she wanted to put a Hillary sign up next to your Trump sign, would you have a problem with that?
I work from home, so it would be gone.
So basically, it's your way.
That's right.
All right.
My Trump sign is huge. I have a giant sign.
Okay, as long as you don't have that naked Trump thing, I think you're okay. 877-850-8585. Don and Boca, how are you today? Hi, Don.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Good morning, Rich. I got distracted for a minute. Yeah, I was a Democrat my whole life until the second term of Mr. Obama. My daughter, who was never into politics at all, has become a staunch Democrat. She is for Hillary all the way. She hates Donald. My significant other also is for Hillary because of the mouth, she says, on Donald. Nothing can sway me from my beliefs that Hillary is a crook, not to be trusted.
Well, this is the exact point. Thank you, Don. I appreciate your call. Hang on, quick timeout. This is the Rich Stevens Show.
News Talk 850 WFTL. On the air and on the web. Look for 850WFTL.com. News, weather, traffic, podcasts, and live streaming.
Let me tell you about my friends at Alpha Impact Windows and Doors. I just gave them the order for my new Hurricane Impact windows for my house. I trust them with my safety and the protection of my property. Hurricane season is here, folks, and you got to protect your family and your property. You still have time to do it if you call now. Remember Hurricane Wilma? That devastating hurricane hit South Florida on October 24th, and late season hurricanes can be devastating. You'll get a free estimate to improve your home with storm-proof, burglar-proof, energy-efficient windows and doors. The substantial discount you receive on your homeowner's insurance premium can often pay for the windows themselves. They'll show you how to get your windows without any additional money from your monthly household budget. They are platinum dealers of PGT windows and doors, which means you will get the lowest possible price. PGT is the best in the industry, so don't let another day pass before you call Alpha Impact Windows and Doors at 866-64-ALPHA. That's 866-64-ALPHA. Or you can visit them online at alphaimpactwindows.com. Visit their state-of-the-art showroom or call them at 866-64-ALPHA.
What if everything you ever thought about losing weight was wrong? What if everything you thought you knew and every time you lost weight and put it back on, what if that just was not your fault? Well, I certainly felt that way. This is Linda Stein. I've been trying to lose the same 10 or 15 pounds since I went through menopause, and I just lose it and put it right back on and thought I knew what I was doing until I met Dave Grandy. Dave has an innovative program called Be Lean, where you don't have any hunger, you don't have any cravings, and you actually burn fat. Not only do you lose the weight, but you keep it off for good. This is the last diet you'll ever need to go on. I've lost 3.5 pounds in 3 short days. You can lose up to 25 pounds in 6 weeks. And the best part, never have to diet again after this. So what are you waiting for? Call Be Lean now for a free body composition analysis worth over $99. Call 855-9BE-LEAN. That's 855-923-5326 or online at mybelean.com. 3 convenient locations in Palm Beach and Broward.
Donald Trump maybe won't go through with one thing he's been promising if elected president or not. He said so today on Good Morning America. ABC's Alex Stone explains.
Here on the campaign trail, Trump has said the women accusing him of sexual misconduct are lying and that
all of these liars will be sued.
Trump has been receiving criticism from some for saying he'll sue his accusers. Now asked if he'll really do that, Trump tells ABC's George Stephanopoulos during an exclusive interview.
Let's see what happens with the election. We're going to find out.
Alex Stone, ABC News, Geneva, Ohio.
Trump also said in that interview he will decide at a later date if he will commit to working with Hillary Clinton if she is the winner. A new ABC News Washington Post tracking poll shows Hillary Clinton up by 6. 2 days ago, she was up by 12. Former Congressman Joe Walsh tweeting this week that if Trump loses on November 8th, he's grabbing his musket. Then he asked his followers, "Are you in?" He says he meant acts of civil disobedience. Walsh told President Obama to watch out back in Dallas. You're listening to ABC News.
I'm Kieran Curtis with the News Talk 850 WFTL News Break. The battle for the Senate, Marco Rubio and Patrick Murphy taking shots at each other's political record in the debate last night. Polls showed their race is very close. A Broward County judge is holding a hearing today on why a medical marijuana proposal is missing from some ballots in that county. Broward County Elections Office says 2 of the 4 ballots were mistakenly sent and were later replaced. There could be some progress in the fight against Zika. Researchers are trying to infect mosquitoes in Brazil and Colombia with a type of bacteria that could prevent them from spreading the virus. Details surrounding the tragic death of Miami Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez and his 2 friends are coming to light. Those at the crash scene report a strong smell of alcohol, and all 3 died with water in their lungs. Change is the word for the Miami Heat team looking ahead from a victorious season opener. The Heat dominated the Orlando Magic last night in a 108-96 victory at Orlando's Amway Center. Right now, mostly cloudy, very windy, 79 degrees in Riviera Beach, cloudy, windy, 80 in Fort Lauderdale. I'm Karen Curtis, News Talk 850 WFTL.
I want to tell you that the only way you should even think about selling your car or your SUV or your motorcycle is with the guys at AutoBuy. Why? Because, well, they always pay the max. To me, that's the best benefit right there. You take your car into the car dealer, especially when you're doing a trade-in, you think they're giving you a good deal. They are absolutely not going to give you a good deal. And if you don't know this by now, then hello, you need to wake up and get on and go to AutoBuy. I'm telling you, 20 minutes. Let's say you've already gone to the dealer and the dealer offered you X amount of dollars. Well, do me a favor, do yourself a favor, go to AutoBuy. In 20 minutes or less, they'll give you a certified evaluation on the spot. And I guarantee you they're going to pay you the max, more than your dealer is, especially if you're doing a trade-in. That's why I tell people every day to head to AutoBuy. There's 5 locations from the Treasure Coast to Miami, and that means there's one near you. You go online, find those locations. They're open until 7 o'clock tonight. WePayTheMax.com. That's the website, has all the information, the locations. And by the way, if you can't get to them, they will come to you. I'm telling you, do not trade your car in at the car dealership. Take it to AutoBuy and get paid the max. Today, tomorrow, even over the weekend. If you have a payoff on a lease, you may have equity in that lease. The dealer's not going to tell you about it. AutoBuy will. WePayTheMax.com. That's WePayTheMax.com. Do not put this off. Go there right now. WePayTheMax.com. It's AutoBuy.
Run. Don't walk, because Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo are coming live. November 3rd, 8 p.m. at the Kravis Center. The We Live for Love Tour. 4-time Grammy winners, Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo. Tickets on sale now. Visit our official website, kravis.org. Call 561-832-SHOW.
Financial independence, wealth empowerment. Millions dream of it. Few achieve it. Why? They follow the crowd. You'll only be wealthy once you know what the wealthy know. When you're tired of watching your retirement accounts waste away. Once you're ready for strong returns while preserving your principal, you're ready for Heroes Talk Radio. Learn the secrets of planning a tax-free retirement income. Sunday at 1 p.m. on News Talk 850 WFTL. Or call 866-544-7755. 866-544-7755.
Still seeing minor slowdowns in Palm Beach County. Got an earlier crash on Lake Worth Road at Lake Osborne Drive, clearing out of the way. Also slowdowns on 441 South between Forest Hill and Lake Worth Road. Broward County still has heavy delays. However, they are struggling to clear a crash off to the right shoulder, 95 North at Griffin. Stop and go from Hollywood. Good news is the express lanes reopened in the northbound direction at Griffin Road. Still going to see heavy delays till everybody catches back up to speed. And traffic at a crawl, Sawgrass northbound between the Turnpike and Powerline. We also have an earlier accident still lingering on the Turnpike North at Sunrise. Stop and go from Griffin. This traffic report brought to you by Compassion International. And never thought of yourself as a hero? Well, that's what you'll be for a child in poverty when you become a sponsor with Compassion International. To find out how you can release a child from poverty right now, go to compassion.com/radio. And that's your 850 WFTL traffic. I'm Pam Warner.
I'm meteorologist Chris Farrell for CBS 12 News. The strong gusty wind continues on this Thursday. We've had a peak gust of 33 miles an hour. All right, cloudy skies for us on this Thursday with the gusty winds 25 to 30 miles an hour. The high 83, a 20% chance of a shower. For Friday, once again, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Still quite windy on Friday with a high of 83.
Politically correct millennials, stupid people, bad drivers,
overpaid entitled athletes,
opinions on everything, in fact.
Hi, it's Jennifer and Bill.
Join us, 11 a.m. News Talk 850 WFTL.
At work, at home, or in the car, he's always with you. Here's Rich Stevens on News Talk 850 WFTL.
All right, I've had enough. I'm just going to come out and say it. I've had enough. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to come close to agreeing with me. If you do, that's great. But please stop burning up my iPhone with text messages telling me, well, I shouldn't even give you the privilege of I'm not going to mention it. I'm just going to move on. 877-850-8585. 877-850-8585. I encourage you to get out and early vote. I've said this for the last 2 weeks. I don't know why. And I hope to God I'm wrong. I just have some kind of gut. It's like an intuition thing that something's going to happen on or before November 8th, and it may prevent people from voting. And then God only knows I can envision, I'm not a psychic, but I've envisioned things before, and sometimes they come true. And again, I hope I'm wrong, but I can envision the courts dealing with a thing because, well, the polling places can't open on November. By the way, don't you find it interesting that here in Florida, we haven't heard anything about any kind of long-term forecast hurricane-wise? I'm not saying there's a hurricane out there. And I'm not going to tell you who I texted or at what TV station last night to say, hey, can you just tell me, look up to Election Day, 12 days away, and tell me, is there any possibility any storms? They know this. They could look 3 weeks out, I believe, is the max. Nobody wants to talk about that. Why is that? Can you imagine, God forbid, 2 days before the election, they're telling us another hurricane's coming. Remember what happened a couple of weeks ago or last month, whenever that was? And then they went to court. The judge said, no, we're not going to extend the registration. Then they ended up turning that over and extending a week. They're not going to do it with Election Day, although would it surprise you if the entire election lands on Florida again and the entire world has to wait for Florida because, look, there was some kind of glitch or a hurricane or something that caused the polling places to not be open on Election Day? I mean, really, it's possible. It's not that far-fetched. 877-850-8585, 877-850-8585. And if you believe, like I do, like Donald Trump does, that the whole process is rigged to begin with, then this is a really strong possibility. Jerry and Boca, how are you today?
Yeah, how are you, Rich?
I'm doing well, thank you. What's up?
Hey, I just want to tell you, I love your show compared to Fernando's.
Who's Fernando?
6'10".
I don't even know who that is, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. He's a nutcase. But anyway, I'm a Democrat from Chicago, and in '76 I campaigned for Jimmy Carter. And dead people do vote.
Yes, I know. And so
definitely, it's been going on probably long before that. But you tell the precinct captain, well, I know these people, they're dead. No, they're not. You're mistaken.
Right. They don't care because that's the rigged system that Donald Trump is talking about. Listen, put politics aside for a second. How excited are you about the Cubs being in the World Series?
Oh, it's about time. Jeez, I never thought I'd see it, really. I thought I'd be long dead before it ever happened.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think they might actually pull it off, too, which I think would be so exciting for the city of Chicago.
Yeah, it really would. But, I mean, we're excited just the fact that they're in the World Series.
Yeah,
that's a big plus right there.
It's a big deal. And do you know that they're saying that tonight, I think, is tonight the first game at home?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying that they believe that the shootings in Chicago will be non-existent tonight because the Cubs are playing at home. Do you believe that?
Oh, they already know that. Yeah, even the police are all saying that. Yeah, they're all going to be tuned into the game.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff.
They're going to make money doing the side bets and stuff like that on who's going to get a home run and who's going to get a triple and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So listen. So now that you said that you campaigned for Jimmy Carter and you're a Democrat, does that mean you're voting Donald Trump this time?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I thought you were alluding to. I appreciate your listening, Jerry, and thanks for your kind words. 877-850-8585. I think this is how I know the polls are all full of crap, because there's a lot of Democrats that get the phone call. Hello, we're calling to find out if we can count on your support for Hillary Clinton, or that's usually how they start out those calls. And, most people want to just get off the phone and they don't want to argue with somebody. The funny thing is, I get calls from both parties, and I always do the opposite of what they're expecting just to get into a little confrontation. And it's hysterical because they're reading a script that's in front of them. Unfortunately, when you get the robocalls, you can't talk back to the people. When you get the live people, you can talk back to them. 877. That's how I know the polls are rigged. 877-850-8585. Nick and Stuart, how are you today?
Hey, good morning, Rich. As you know, I'm very much involved down here in Martin County, in Martin County with the Trump campaign. And I'll tell you right now, you're right. The polls are rigged. Don't believe anything from the mainstream media. Not a word. Even Fox. They're all in the tank for Hillary. That's the first thing. Secondly, concerning what you just said about something happening, I wouldn't put it past Obama to try some kind of a shenanigan. Where they would suspend the election, or it would do something to throw a monkey wrench into the system.
Yeah, it's something that people have to think about this, because it's not that far-fetched.
It's not, Rich. It's not. In fact, it's more likely than unlikely, regrettably,
And then, if something like this should happen, and you didn't early vote, and then you get disenfranchised out of your vote, you're going to kick yourself in the ass and say, I should have early voted. Nick, hang on. Don't go anywhere. 877-850-8585. 877-850-8585. Quick timeout. This is the Rich Stevens Show.
The 2016 hurricane season is here, and we've got you covered. I'm Karen Curtis. We'll watch the tropics for you. News Talk 850 WFTL.
What's your plan for retirement? Listen to Money Essentials Radio with Alicia Alvarez of Essential Financial Services, Sunday morning at 9:30.
When I sit with my clients, the first thing I want to do and I want to ask them is, what do you want your money to do for you?
Learn about strategies that can help protect and grow your portfolio, maximize your Social Security benefits, and help generate sustainable retirement income. Money Essentials Radio with Alicia Alvarez, Sunday morning at 9:30 here on News Talk WFTL.
When all 20 grandkids are here and their parents are all running late.
When you've been married 40 years but still plan a great date.
When you got 2 full servings of veggies and you're feeling really great.
With 2 full servings of veggies in every glass, there's nothing like the original V8 to fuel a full day. Get your V8 today.
Listen, I don't want you to miss the boat. The boat is sailing, and it's on full sail right now. I'm talking about interest rates and your opportunity to get locked into a fixed rate under 3%. This is real. Let me repeat it. Under 3% right now. There's one way to do this. You get in touch with Michael Kotze right now or anytime on his cell phone, 561-441-2730. 561-441-2730. Listen, they're also the experts on reverse mortgages. And if you're upside down or you're working with somebody else and you're getting a runaround, the process is not supposed to be like that. It's actually a relatively easy process. That's why I want you to get in touch with Michael Kotze, because he'll literally hold your hand and walk you through the process from start to finish and get you locked into a fixed rate below 3%. You've got to take advantage of this today. 561-441-2730. 561-441-2730. He doesn't work banker's hours. He's available when you need him most, which could be right now. It could be at night. It could be during a game. On the weekend. It doesn't matter. 561-441-2730. Text him right now and just say, hey, I heard Rich Stevens talking about you. 561-441-2730. He's got a AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau. He's been doing this for more than 20 years, just helping South Floridians just like you with all their mortgage needs. It's the only company I trust. That's Choice Mortgage Bank and Michael Kotze. 561-441-2730. NMLS number 166254. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. Equal housing lender.
I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans. Mortgage rates have dropped again. In fact, recently, mortgage rates have dropped to the second lowest level in history. Now is the time for you to take advantage of these historically low rates and save serious money every month by refinancing your mortgage. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is all the way down to 3.5%. APR 3.57%. Call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN to see how far we can lower your mortgage payment. For 6 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. And for the third year, they also ranked us highest in the nation for mortgage servicing. It's a great time to refinance with Quicken Loans and save hundreds every month. This ultra-low rate of 3.5% won't last long. So call 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com. That's 800-QUICKEN.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Are you suffering from any kind of foot pain or anything foot-related? You know, finding the right podiatrist, that's a tough challenge here in South Florida. You can end your foot pain today with Dr. Richard Eggerman. He treats all problems related to the foot and ankle. He's dedicated to providing caring, compassionate, and comprehensive podiatry care. As a matter of fact, he's the most qualified podiatrist in all of South Florida. He even makes house calls and same-day appointments. That means if you want to call right now, 561-495-9700, he can see you today. 561-495-9700. Dr. Eggerman offers the highest standards of medical excellence and professionalism with a personal warmth and a generally caring attitude. Did I mention he makes house calls and same-day appointments too? 561-495-9700. Listen, you owe it to your feet to get the best treatment today. 561-495-9700. Listen, if you're a new patient and you book your appointment with Dr. Richard Eggerman in the next 10 days, you get a free gift when you say, Rich Stevens told me to make the appointment. It's a great deal. Take advantage of it today. The only podiatrist I trust is Dr. Richard Eggerman. He's been my mom's podiatrist for more than 25 years. Pick up the phone right now and call Dr. Richard Eggerman. 561-495-9700. That's 561-495-9700 for Dr. Richard Eggerman.
All you fans of Street Corner Harmonies, make sure your radio is on 850 WFTL every Sunday night from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. for Ken Held's Doo-Wop Shop, radio's longest-running oldies specialty show, hosted by Ken Held, Boca Raton Magazine's Doo-Wop Radio King, and Jennifer Joy Suna, Doo-Wop's dearest darling. Don't miss the Doo-Wop Shop every Sunday night from 6 to 9 p.m. on 850 WFTL.
Still seeing minor slowdowns in Palm Beach County. Got an earlier crash on Lake Worth Road at Lake Osborne Drive, clearing out of the way. Also slowdowns on 441 South between Forest Hill and Lake Worth Road. Broward County still has heavy delays. However, they are struggling to clear a crash off to the right shoulder, 95 North at Griffin. Stop and go from Hollywood. Good news is the express lanes reopened in the northbound direction at Griffin Road. Still going to see heavy delays till everybody catches back up to speed, and traffic at a crawl Sawgrass northbound between the Turnpike and Power Line. We also have an earlier accident still lingering on the Turnpike North at Sunrise. Stop and go from Griffin. This traffic report brought to you by Compassion International. And never thought of yourself as a hero? Well, that's what you'll be for a child in poverty when you become a sponsor with Compassion International. To find out how you can release a child from poverty right now, go to compassion.com/radio. That's your 850 WFTL traffic. I'm Pam Warner.
Being an independent means never having to say you're sorry. It's Joyce Kaufman. Catch me every weekday at noon right here on News Talk 850 WFTL.
The Rich Stevens Show comes with everything you see here. Wait a second. Now, here's Rich.
By the way, it's another day, and that means yet another release from WikiLeaks. An internal memo that came out reveals new details about the relationship the Clinton Foundation and the Clinton family's personal business interests. This 12-page document was written by Clinton confidant Doug Band, acting as a principal for Teneo, which is a private consulting firm that raised tens of millions of dollars for the Clinton Foundation, while also acting as a personal in-house agency for Bill Clinton. Now, that memo describes Band's unorthodox role in raising money for the nonprofit foundation while simultaneously securing for-profit opportunities for the former president. It states that as of November 2011, Teneo has raised tens of millions for the foundation and produced between $30 million and $66 million in revenue for Bill Clinton through various business arrangements. And I say business arrangements with the air quotes, including paid speeches. if you're seriously thinking, or if you've, God forbid, already voted for Hillary Clinton and you're not paying attention to this stuff, you need to take the blinders off and really look at these documents that seem to be released every day or every other day, and some of the information is just mind-blowing. And every bit of it boils down to the dishonesty that is coming directly from the Clintons. As a matter of fact, and I apologize in advance because I was emailed this late last night and I forgot to... Thank you for sending this to me, and I forgot who sent it to me. And I'll look tonight and I'll tell you tomorrow. But this song really says it all.
I remember landing under sniper fire. That is what happened.
Our folks on the ground were in danger. I don't find it funny at all.
If you search for treacherous, it isn't hard to find. When crooked Hillary has the support she needs to fill.
You've never received any emails or pleasant.
But if you look for truthfulness, you might just as well be blind. And from the Clintons, it always seems so hard to give. Dishonesty is such a perfect word, for Hillary is so untrue.
Do you think New York State should recognize gay marriage?
This is wrong.
And honesty is never ever heard, not what we will get from her.
There were over 60,000 emails that were not related to my work.
It's always hard to find someone, even in the FBI, to file charges against slippery Hillary.
We cannot bring criminal charges.
But we don't need some ugly face to tell us ugly lies. All we want is someone we can believe. Dishonesty is such a perfect word. Hillary is so untrue.
I support marriage for lesbian and gay couples.
And honesty is hardly ever heard. She lies until her face is blue.
Marriage is a sacred bond between a man and a woman.
Diane Sawyer was apparently put to defend her and her husband's.
The media gives her cover, along with her lying friends. She gets safety and security until the bitter end. Loretta Lynch can't comfort us with false promises again. I know she
over an internet video.
Benghazi found her deep in lies. She wasn't too concerned. She blamed a stupid video and said, "What difference does it make?" But when the United States needs security, tell me where else can we turn? Crooked Hillary, you know we can't depend upon. It's such a lonely word. Hillary is so untrue.
I've been very consistent over the course of my entire life.
Dishonesty is always what we've heard, and prison is what we need for you.
I represented New York on 9/11. I represented Wall Street. We were attacked where Wall Street is. I have been very consistent over the course of my entire
entire life. I have always fought for the same values and principles.
You were against same-sex marriage, now you're for it. You defended President Obama's immigration policies, now you say they're too harsh. You supported his trade deal, now suddenly you're against it.
Hostile actors gained access to Secretary Clinton's personal email account.
You can live with a protest about a video. That won't hurt you, but a terrorist attack will. So you can't be square with the American people.
Just be cautious. Be very cautious. And realize that a vote for Hillary will in fact do what she's telling you. She will change your lives. But what she's not telling you is what you need to worry about. I think, and maybe because I've been a Trump supporter from the beginning, that it's pretty clear in black and white of what each candidate will and will not do. You have to remember that whoever gets elected is going to control our children's futures as well. That's scary. I don't care who you're voting for when it comes down to that. Just make the wise decision. Make the right decision. All right, we're out of time. Evelyn, thank you so much. Sharina, thank you. Kristen, thank you. Garrett, thank you. And, of course, thank you for listening and watching Rich Stevens TV.
Get the 850 WF